What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we got a big one. We're gonna talk about Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu Deluxe version quarter scale. So this is my second quarter scale ever from Hot Toys, and I tell you, I didn't thought I was gonna like it. And this is the packaging. The box is massive. You know, that's one downside to these guys is, you know, it's the box. But if you are interested, head over to bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. Even though it's a massive box, it's still $4 shipping. So definitely do check them out. You can ship it all at once. You know, if you don't need it now, you want to keep it with them, you're not ready, you can save on shipping too with Pile of Loot. So go ahead and check them out. I'll put the link down below. So this is the downside if you collect quarter scale or statue, right? This one is in the premium format category when it comes to boxes. I personally keep the boxes, and I know some people don't, and I totally understand why. Once you reach a certain amount of figures, the box becomes a nuisance. That it takes up a lot of space. Not just, I keep mine in the garage, but imagine if I don't have one, I reckon I would need a storage unit. Now, is it worth paying a storage unit to preserve the integrity of the box? Because I understand if you move or if you sell this, you know, it's you have a higher value if you keep the box. But with that being said, is it worth paying? Because over time, it'll kind of balance out. I can't answer that question. Only you could, you know. It depends on how you see things. But for me, as long as I could keep it, I will. Down the line, I might have to look around and see which one I really would not sell and probably just toss away the box if it comes to that point. But going back to this unboxing, so the top part is made out of, you know, foam. The bottom part has that plastic clamshell that we do know and love. We don't love this, but you know, it gets the job done. It gets your accessories in place. And I don't think there's anything in here that, you know, if you sell, you can't put back. So I know there are some instances where that happens. You know, like you assemble it, you can't disassemble it anymore. But for the most part, it is a massive piece. You see the base itself has a separate layer. The base is nice, you know, so but with that being said, you see all these accessories. I don't blame anyone if they go for the non-deluxe. It's equally as good in my opinion. You see this hand right here. You got this pretty much the same set of hands as if you bought the 1/6 version. Everything is just bigger because 1/6 to quarter scale, you know, the different sizes. You can see the wood grain. Obviously, on the quarter scale, the details are a bit more pronounced because they are bigger, you know, so you can see, you know, you can appreciate the details a lot more compared to 1/6 where it's a bit tiny, so you have to come close. You can see this one does not come, I don't even know what this is, detonator or whatever it is. It does not come with the 1/6. This one does. It's the instead of fob, some sort of communicator that he does have. This is nice as well. Again, much bigger size compared to the 1/6. This is the thing that he's supposed to use just very not often, but it feels like, is it the whistling bird? Forgot, man. I haven't watched Mando in a while, but it seems like he uses it every episode. A single piece, you know, right here of Beskar compared to, again, a lot. If you get the deluxe from the 1/6, you get this hook, very nice here, made out of metal, and you got his knife, who does have some weathering at the bottom as well. That is quite nice. Again, you don't appreciate it as much in the 1/6 form because this one comes in 1/6 as well, but you know, seeing this in this bigger size, you know, it looks better. And you got this nice pouch or bag that you can put Grogu in, you know, if he's traveling. And the jetpack. Now, it does not have that flame effect compared to the other one. You see at the bottom here, and I think the bottom part does not swivel around as well. I forgot if the other Mando does. This is the flame effect again. A lot, not a lot, but I would say the details definitely are better. You see the purple effect towards the end, kind of like a real fire going on there. And his rifle, who does have this wood grain paint and all the paint application on the side here, looks a lot better. And again, you see the details and you see the paint application that I honestly, maybe it is on the 1/6 scale that, you know, it changes the hue from the bottom to the top. But it, again, I appreciate it more here in the quarter scale. And I love Mandalorian. I really do. That is why I decided to pick this up. Even though I'm not really that much into quarter scale, but after Spider-Man, I have a brand new appreciation for them. So I would pick and choose my battle with quarter scale, especially if they're on sale though. So that is, and look at this. Look at the size of this pram from Mando. Quite nice, and it has weathering as well. So I don't know if this is actually what do you call that, to the scene, but accurate to the scene. There you go. I was looking for that word, blanked out there for a second. And Grogu does have accessories as well. You got these tiny hands that he does have, swappable hands. I don't know if they would matter that much though. I know they're selling him separately, but I don't know if it matters honestly. And you got the head sculpt here. You can swap out the head sculpt and you see the feet. So he has articulation compared to the 1/6 version, who's basically a statue. I wouldn't call that a statue, so small. It's a static figure. This one you can have him sit around, you know, you can articulate him, and the actual clothing is fabric, so that is a big plus in my opinion. The difference is the Hot Toys, I mean this 1/6 scale one does have a sitting version. So let's take a closer look at, you know, him, because you can buy him separately as well if you want to. Like if you buy Grogu quarter scale, you could for I believe 180 or 160, something like that. Is it a good value if you buy him by himself? I don't think so. He's quite small, and for that price, I'd rather honestly just get that money and add it to purchase the quarter scale Mando. Even if you're not getting the deluxe version, I think you'll get your money's worth compared to just buying Grogu. But if you only want Grogu and want to save money, I see that argument as well. It's just my personal opinion that Mando is so good that I would get that. And you see the head sculpt comparison there. Not a whole lot. It feels like it's Enter Base Scottie Pippen, you know, where he does have two head sculpts, but the expression is so minimal that, you know, you can get away without having one. But I am glad that they included a second head sculpt, you know, just in case you feel like changing it up, or if your first one got damaged, you know, and hey, you know what, as a paint scuff, at least you do have a backup in that sense. And you can change the ears, you know, I don't know if it makes a difference, but for me it's all the same, honestly. And this is the 1/6 scale Grogu, just for comparison here. And 1/6 also does have the sitting Grogu on the pram and magnets. So in that sense, you know, you get your money's worth on the 1/6 as well, because you get both. Although they are smaller with sculpted clothing, it's not too bad. Now, if you do get the deluxe version, you would get this beautiful base. This base, in my opinion, brings it up to another level, because it feels that it is closer to a statue, right? It feels closer to a statue than as a figure. You see, it does light up. It's a lot of people is complaining about this. Well, not complaining, but they're saying that the base is like a mixture of a lot of things, that it doesn't really have a theme. I guess, but it looks cool. I think all that matters sometimes. It does look cool. It gets the job done. And you get this pole right here where you insert the base, the pram, I would say. And you can move it around. There's a pivot point at the top and at the bottom as well. So you could both do that, if you wish to have the pram hovering around, or you just want Grogu standing next to him. That is an option as well. You get this, I don't forgot the name of this gun, ED6, whatever. It's a big gun. It's nicely painted. I haven't tried for Mando to use it, like hold it, but I have seen poses, especially bloggers' photos where him using that. But a lot of details in this, and you could use this base, and it does light up. You can see at the bottom, it does have this like orange effect, shining down. So that does look cool. It doesn't have any different configuration compared to the quarter scale Spider-Man, where you have options on how to display them, but you can clearly see the details of this big gun right here. Again, I don't know, it looks like a mini gun to me, but it's not. But it does look nice. Some weathering, paint application, and it is plastic. It does have some heft to it, but the paint here looks like it's rusting, and all that good stuff, even at the bottom of the base right there. And the armor itself, his I guess Beskar armor, his overall suit looks nice. Everything feels sturdy. When you hold him in hand, it feels premium. He's heavy. There's no die-cast parts here. They probably could have. Because the quarter scale body feels more stiff, feels more, I would say, capable of handling those those die cast. However, this is going to be a bigger piece of metal as well, so I do see why they wouldn't go that route. But nonetheless, the paint application looks pretty good. The tailoring, you could appreciate it better because it's larger. It's a bigger figure, so you see the stitches are a little bit more refined compared to the 1/6 counterpart. See the pants here, you see, the stitches on the pants, on the leather or pleather, straps and all that stuff. It just feels like, I don't know, they're pretty new to me, so it feels like it is gonna last a lot longer than a 1/6, and that is just a feel. Now the left part, as you can see here, that's sculpted boots, but it's a split cut design, so you can still move their legs and all that. The ankles. The cape feels and drapes nicely, so I don't think, unless you want it wired, I don't see any reason to get a custom cape, but that's just me. In fairness, I haven't purchased a custom cape ever, so maybe I don't know what I'm missing here. So maybe there is a better custom cape for this Mando. But in my view, it is sufficient enough. It's good enough not to spend more money on it. On the left hand side, you see his armor. Again, the suit is quite nice. His gauntlet, nicely painted. It gives you that metallic feel. The side here, and the difference too is one of his bombs, if that's a bomb, it is magnet compared to the 1/6 version, so it's easily snaps back and forth, and most likely it won't drop off compared to the 1/6 version. And you can see here everything looks nice. Let's jump into the head sculpt. The helmet does have, I don't know, it feels like it's the same. Maybe it's the illusion that it's bigger, that the proportion, that the helmet looks more accurate, and I'm guessing here, honestly. I'm guessing my eyes are deceiving me that, hey man, the proportion of the helmet looks better than the 1/6. I guess it's the scale. Honestly, I don't know. You guys are more expert than me when it comes to things Star Wars. I don't really pay much attention, like to Darth Vader's helmet and all that stuff. So, and the same goes with Mando. The difference here is the torch that he does have, the light, the flashlight on his head actually does lit up compared to the 1/6. You can switch it over on the 1/6, but it doesn't have that light up function. But since this is a bit bigger scale, they were able to use that, and it's pretty bright. It's nice. It's there. I don't see myself using it as much though, but it's there. Articulation wise, you can remove the helmet, by the way, and you could use the other helmet from the base. Everything is ratcheted. It didn't capture the sound here, but everything's ratcheted. That is my experience with the Spider-Man as well. So that is a good thing, right? Like that is a wonderful thing, because it's not gonna get loose joints immediately. The legs are ratcheted as well. You can move it up and down. You see that? You can see my hand kind of struggling here. Of course, quarter scale is a bit scarier to pose, honestly, because of not only the joints, but it is hefty. It is heavier. So that's why I feel like you still need the 1/6 counterpart if you like posing. But if you just want to display them, quarter scale is more than enough. But posing them in a more dynamic pose, even though they are capable, I feel better doing that on a 1/6 scale. Now, some poses here before we end this review. I'll have him in a few poses here, and I love doing poses with Mando because of the world that he's in. You see this, it's snowing here in, I think this is on the first scene or with IG, whatever. He looks, the proportions of quarter scale as well. It maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but they look great. The proportion just look more human-ish, if that makes sense. Again, it might be a case of my eyes because they're bigger. Are they better? If they're bigger, I would say impact wise they are. If you put them on a shelf, and we're talking about just presence, we like to say that a lot when it comes to statues, because your eyes are easily drawn into them because they are bigger. So, but posing wise, you see him here, it just gets magnified. I don't know, those micro movements, I would say, feels a little bit more realistic on a quarter scale if you can pull it off. If you have, I would say, the balls to like do a dynamic pose to these guys, more power to you. And they are capable of. It's just a little bit scarier, like I mentioned earlier, because of the weight that is involved with these figures as well. So, hey, if you can pull it off, I would say you got a winner here. And there you go. I gave him my final thought. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this one. And I tried. He's leaning towards, forward a little bit. I don't know. My turntable is a bit small, so it's not functioning well here. But I was trying to do the sideshow, Conor McGregor strut here. And that's the closest I've been, I guess. But yeah, it's a good figure. Highly recommend it. It's pretty much on sale on a lot of places. And that's typically what happens to quarter scale, I guess, outside of Joker. But if you want him, I highly recommend him. Even though you do already have the 1/6, I'd say he's worth the plunge for the right price for you. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.